Up until less than 24 hours before the draft, Jabari Smith was meant to be the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft. But eventually when he went 3rd overall, there was still a lot of expectations for him as a rookie. It's pretty safe to say though he didn't meet those for the majority of his rookie year. In his first season in Houston, for 3/4 of the season, everyone was calling him a bust, a disappointment, really any kind of negative adjective you can think of. But near the end of his rookie year, he got a lot more comfortable. And in his second year, although he isn't playing like the star some thought he'd be, he's been silently elite in his own way. How's it going, my friend? I'm Alexander from Load Management Media, and let's talk about it. Jabari Smith Jr. was an absolute monster at Auburn. His pull-up jumper and defensive versatility drew comparisons to players like Kevin Durant and Jaren Jackson Jr. And throughout the year, every mock draft said he was supposed to be the number 1 guy. But for some reason, like the morning of the draft after some weird Vegas tomfoolery, Banchero ended up going number 1 and Jabari went to Houston at number 3. So although the number 1 pick weight was off his shoulders, he still had really high, really big expectations. And well, he just frankly did not meet them in the slightest. Jabari ended his rookie year with averages of 13 points, 7 rebounds, and a block a game, which actually isn't as bad as it seems, but when you factor in he shot 41% from the field and 31% from 3 as a supposed shooter coming into the league, it's pretty bad. The positive sign, if you want to look at it that way, is that in March and April he averaged over 15 points and 7 rebounds on quite efficient splits, which made his end of year numbers look a lot better than they probably should have. So take it how you want to. I know this seems kind of self-explanatory, but I think the biggest reason that he struggled so much was he just was not hitting his 3-ball at all. As a guy with an extremely pure stroke who's supposed to come into the league as an absolutely elite 3-point shooter, when you're not hitting your 3-ball, pretty much every other part of your offensive game falls apart, and that's kind of what happened. Other than scoring though, he was quite a net positive. His rebounding was 3rd amongst rookies, and he did provide some versatility on an otherwise absolutely inept Rockets team defensively. So there was definitely some positive signs he could be at least a really high value role player very soon. And we definitely saw some of those signs in Summer League. This past summer, he absolutely torched everybody in super limited time, and he showed us that this year, it wasn't going to be the same. It was going to be different in the best way possible. And in year 2, well, Jabari's just been a lot more polished. In his second NBA season, Jabari is averaging yet again 13 points per game and around a block, but he's increased his rebound total to almost 9 per contest, and most importantly, his efficiency has seen real improvement, hitting 51% from the field and 37% from 3, which is really good for a second-year player. Apart from one of those earlier games versus the Spurs where Wembanyama kinda embarrassed Jabari a few times, he's been really good. And he's looked immensely more comfortable. Really, I think a huge reason behind his comfortability and why he's playing so well is the system and the role he gets to play. Last year with Steven Silas, the Rockets were quite a mess in many places. Now with Ime Udoka and the vets they've brought in, it seems like everybody knows what they gotta do, and I think for a young player like Jabari, that's been of intangible value to him. In almost every area, he's playing better. Of course, he's hitting more threes, which is giving him confidence elsewhere offensively, but he's hitting his face-ups and fadeaways. The guy is honestly a super talented, tough shot maker. He still really gets to the bucket like never, but it's better than last year, so you have to applaud the improvement there. His rebounding has also been fantastic and has helped close out a lot of possessions for the 4th-ranked defensive team in the NBA, which is probably a huge surprise for a lot of people considering where they were last year. And Jabari's defense has been a massive part of that as well, of course. On offense, Jabari is essentially the 5th-ranked option, so he's not shooting a ton, but he's been real efficient with his attempts, as I've mentioned before. And I'm sure he'll start getting some more shots soon enough if he continues to be as efficient as he has been all season long. Jabari Smith Jr. probably isn't going to be an NBA superstar like some people thought he might be, and he might only have 1 or 2 All-Star appearances when it's all said and done. but he's already proving that he's going to be a really valuable player in the NBA for a long time, and he damn sure ain't no bust. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Over here at Load Management Media, I talk about the most exciting young players all around the NBA, so if that interests you, consider hitting a like and a sub. And as always, stay rested. See you in the next one.